All right, October 26th, conference week, finally here. Periods are short with a revolving schedule and a 1 hour to end the day with lunch, so it's kind of crazy, so follow along and we'll get you the information you need for the week. Opened up Monday with what you needed to finish. Last week was a long week, had a lot to do. Want to give you time, as I promised, to finish up everything through 17. And there are the outcomes, which basically says, you need to try to get everything accomplished that you can to keep up with the rest of us. Work on anything you need to do, and that was Monday. Tuesday, the 27th of October. Back to ecosystems and energy. Table chat. As you come in, wanted to see how well you remember how energy entered an ecosystem, and the hint was your leaf chromatography lab. Those pigments that are in those plants are absorbing sunlight, and that energy is used in photosynthesis and starts the whole food chain. Outcomes, seen these from last week. Know the common forms of energy. Understand how energy moves through and matter cycles in an ecosystem, and you are working towards the ability to create a model of an ecosystem. We started with lesson preview in the table chat. We're going to preview the next slide. You'll see it here in a minute. And then the rest of the time was reviewing assignments 11 through 16 from last week, tying it into the slide, and then giving you time to work on review 17 and work on 18 if you get the chance. Again, short periods, so we work fast. So here's the slide we were talking about. In order to interpret this diagram, you need to notice first thing in the upper left, there's the sun radiating sunlight down onto the producers in the planet. And of course, producers are anything that can photosynthesize. So that green ball there, you'll see some red arrows coming off, releasing energy due to heat. There's some is that yellow line transferring over to consumers in terms of chemical energy when the consumers eat the producers. And we have the new arrow symbol introduced here, which shows matter being transferred when the consumers eat the producers. And then those consumers can pass that on to other consumers in a cycle, each of them losing heat. So you see the red arrow pointing upward, showing that there's some energy lost. And then that energy is passed down to decomposers when the consumers die and they're decomposed, and matter is also passed on to those decomposers as well as they lose heat energy. Or across the middle, you see producers are passing matter on to decomposers when they die, and they're also passing on chemical energy when they die. All of this is returned to non-living matter by decomposers, back to be brought into the cycle with producers, so the matter cycles around and around and around, and you'll notice that energy is escaping with the red arrows, but fortunately we have the sun that keeps giving us new energy all the time. And it's this balance that we're so concerned about, making sure that our planet is releasing an appropriate amount of energy so it doesn't overheat, which is global warming, and that's a whole nother discussion. And that wrapped up Tuesday. October 28th, all about introducing you to the concept of a food web. We've looked at food chains. Now we're going to move on to a slightly more complex food web to understand how energy and matter cycle and move through an ecosystem. Notice in the upper left-hand corner, Chromebook library checkout. Two issues that just a few kids are having. Making sure those Chromebook cords are connected together right at the box. You've got to make sure the bottom half and the top half of the cord are stuck tightly together. And that if something goes wrong with your Chromebook, don't put up with it. Take it right to the library. The library checkout is in place. And that way we get your Chromebook fixed and you stay with an operating Chromebook. Outcomes, same as we've seen previously in the week and last week. Our unit is partway through, so we want to keep working towards these. And today is about giving you time to work on assignment number 18, Food Webs, which is an Educated video, shouldn't take you long. Then move on to a CK12 assignment, Matter Cycles, and that one's a 4-part lesson that you'll do over the next couple days. 29th of October, Thursday, our long conference day. Still short periods, so we're kind of rotating through, depending on what class period you're in, how much time you get to work on these assignments. The table chat, again, focusing on, are you getting the difference between a food chain and a food web? Reminder again about the library checkout. Same outcomes, knowing the energy forms, energy moving through, matter cycling, and working towards a model of an ecosystem. So you again get to continue your path. At this point, hopefully you're working in matter cycles. If not, you're behind, and you might think about homework. For those super duper students that are moving quickly through, or were lucky enough to have the hour-long period early in the week, they are ready for assignment 20, and that's a big one. It's 15 components, 13 concepts, and 2 quizzes, so that will definitely take you a while. It's really intended to push you on towards next week, so do not spend your mental energy on 20 unless you are already there. It is not homework. It's not something you should do over the weekend that's due Monday. You'll notice the due date for it is Monday the 9th of November, not Monday the 2nd. October 30th, Friday, we survived conference week. Same topic, same guiding question. Curious here as you enter at the bottom. It says, how far are you? Are you getting through 19 by Monday? If not, you need to pick up the pace and, again, maybe spend some time at home. 28-minute periods are short. If you're not keeping up, don't be afraid to do work outside of class. Same outcomes we've seen all week. I won't spend time reviewing those again. And then today, you can either choose to work on up through assignment 19 if you're way behind, but the rest of us are going to Kahoot to give you and I an idea of what's sticking in your head and have a little fun.